Well, that was awful. Dog season comes to an end at the Sugar Bowl again, except this time losing at the hands of a Lane Kiffinless Ole Miss. What the hell even was that? This is the Nitro CFB Dogs Uncensored postgame show. My name's Burl Johnson. Like and subscribe. We're talking dogs. So, Ole Miss wins 39-34. And congrats to the Ole Miss Rebels on a hard fought game. Congrats to Pete Golding. And most of all, congrats to Trinidad Chambliss. That dude played his ass off. He looked amazing out there. He could not be stopped. He just absolutely went off and made Georgia's defense look absolutely silly. This was a weird game. Georgia looked like Georgia was going to cruise, but then second half hits and you thinking, okay, this is when Georgia really kicks in. But was not to be today. Ole Miss was that team today. They took over in the second half. They racked up 473 yards of offense. I mean, that is ridiculous. I don't know what Georgia team walked out there today, but it wasn't the one whose defense had been clicking on all cylinders going into this game. And yes, people can say, oh, the bye, you had time off, whatever. Just think about any other bowl game that would have happened in the past. You have a lot of time off for those, but yet you still come out there and you play amazing football. Well, not Georgia, not these guys. I don't know what was going on. Defense looked absolutely lost. Offense had spurts. It was just weird. It was weird. Sometimes Gunner looked absolutely amazing, and then other times he looked like he shouldn't even be playing quarterback. It was that kind of game. And honestly, like going into this game, I was expecting Georgia to dominate. Because we've been talking about all season since the last three drives of the Ole Miss game, Georgia's defense turned a corner. A light switch went off. Been shutting down everybody. Didn't give up more than 10 points to anybody. I mean, Georgia's defense has been playing lights out. That's the only way to put it. But in this game, the defense was bad. It was ass. It was bad. The tackling was horrible. Coverage was spotty at best. We could not get home on Trinidad Chambliss. And granted, there was a stretch where he made some amazing scrambles and just owned Georgia. But I do think Georgia not having Gabe Harris out there was a big reason why the pass rush wasn't what we've seen in the past few weeks. I think that ended up being a much bigger hit to the team than anyone expected. And you couple that with the loss of Drew Bobo earlier in the season, and we saw Tolliver make a huge mistake that ended up leading to 7 points. And that's just stuff that you wouldn't get with an experienced vet. But also, maybe not the best decision by Kirby. I trust Kirby all day long, but I'm gonna be real. He made some dumb calls today. He did. That was one of them. Lining up to go for it. I mean, maybe they're trying to draw him off sides. but you've got an inexperienced center in there. I know you got to expect him to do what's expected of him, right? Like he's next man up, and he's been playing pretty well. I don't know. I don't get paid millions of dollars to make those decisions, but I can sit here and throw stones because my team lost. Damn it, and it sucks. I have to burn this get up now. It's been unblemished since the Bama game. Just a horrible outing. Now, I say that it wasn't completely horrible. So if we look at the numbers, Georgia did all right on offense, 340 yards. That's not great, but it's not terrible. Passing yards were just, so 220 yards. That's not bad. But then you look at Trinidad Chambliss had 362 yards. That dude was on fire. I think Greg McElroy even made the analogy that it was like NBA Jam and Ole Miss was on fire. They just hit 3 threes. 100% agree. And it looked like for a while that the running game was going to be the deciding factor of this running game and the huge turnover. But Nate Frazier ends up getting hurt near the end of the game. For some reason, we put in Josh McCray to run outside, which is stupid because he's amazing at getting a yard. If you need a 1 yard, that's who you go for. He will find a way to get it, but he's got to be running downhill. Why don't you have Bowens in after that? Dude's been electric all year. I know he's been banged up, but he's been playing. So put his ass in there, man. Let him do his thing. Or maybe hit the tight ends. You started out the game getting the ball to Oscar Delp. It's criminal how Oscar Delp has been used this year. The fact that he has not been thrown to very much this year is unconscionable. Dude is outside of Zachariah Branch, he is the best player with the ball in his hands at Georgia. Wasted that this year. And I'll die on the hill. Dude's got talent and could have been huge there down the stretch. Any of our tight ends. Georgia's got the best tight end room in the country. Take your pick. Delp, Lucky, Ellis, yeah. Barbour was back. Riddell. I mean, got him coming out of the woodwork here, guys. So I don't know what's going on with them, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing that. It's 2 years in a row. Was thinking, going into this game, okay, maybe the layoff ain't going to hurt Georgia as bad this year, because this time, Georgia was the only team out of the 4 teams that got the bye to be in this situation before. Georgia was the only team that went back to back, getting a bye in the playoff. Well, they didn't handle it very well. Thought they would going into it this year. A lot less distractions. Carson Beck, that situation, the terrorist attack, and poor Kirby lost his dad during that week. And so you think going into this game, okay, we're getting guys healthy. We've had time off. People have been ready to practice. I mean, seems like it'd be ripe for the pickings. Ole Miss doesn't have their head coach that built this team, and they got a guy coaching who's been their defensive coordinator and really coordinating a defense that hadn't played that great this year. So you think, okay, this should be an ass whooping. The way Georgia's been playing, shutting everybody down, scoring a bunch of points. But no. And I swear, since Gunner had that interview with Marty Smith, he has not played great. So basically, after the Texas game, he was balling. He was killing it. Ole Miss game early in the year, killing it all season. When he needed to make clutch throws, he made them. Fearless. Once Kirby got onto him, told him, hey, take a chance, throw the ball. He was doing it. But no, since what is it? The Charlotte game. See, it's Charlotte, Tech, Bama, and Ole Miss. Tech, not a good defense. Bama, okay defense. Ole Miss, not a good defense. These are games that Gunner should have gone out of his mind in. Running, passing, he should have been lighting it up. But for whatever reason, I don't know if the moment got too big or whatever. He just ain't been it past few games. Now, tonight, in his defense, that fourth quarter, it looked like, okay, he's going to bring him back. He's going to win this game. That last drive, Gunner made some awesome throws. So I know he has it in him. But does he know that he has it in him? I don't know. Because when he stands back there and actually gets through his reads and isn't afraid to throw it downfield, dude kills it. I mean, he made some awesome plays tonight, and he got his shit rocked a bunch. So Gunner is the toughest quarterback in football. Not just college football. That dude, he took some shots tonight that honestly, it should have been called targeting on one of them. And then right after that, they called targeting on Georgia, which is BS. It was all shoulder pad, but I guess that's karma from Sugar Bowl a couple years ago against Ohio State, I guess. They're Peach Bowl. I don't know. But Georgia was terrible on third down, 3 of 13 today. That was bad. That was really, really bad. I mean, Ole Miss wasn't that much better, but I'll take 5 of 14 over 3 of 13. Yeah. And Georgia even dominated in time of possession. 32 minutes to 27. That's just bad. Just a bad game. So let's talk about it. So first quarter, Ole Miss starts out on offense. They get a good pass to start the game. You get a couple runs by Lacey for a first down. Screen pass gets blown up at the line. And Georgia forces a third long and gets an incomplete. Gets a stop. Dogs get good pressure, impacting the throw. Looks like, okay, we're ready to roll. No Gabe Harris, no problem. Dogs get good return by Branch. Start off, pass in the flat to Delt for 16 yards, looking awesome, thinking, okay, this is going to be the game. Swing pass to Frazier, 7 yards. Stockton runs, dives for a first down, fire. Colby Young is on the field. We're seeing him play. He's been out with a broken leg since the last Ole Miss game. So it was awesome having him back. He made some good plays this game. And we take a deep shot to Branch, quick screen to Branch, no yards. Gunner just ended up, he looked too timid and was holding on to the ball too long. And on that third down. He overthrows Cash Jones, which I don't know why he was throwing it to him anyway. And Thorson nails, great punt, gets downed at the 1. Awesome special teams play right there. Great punt. So Ole Miss has to go 98 yards. And you're thinking, okay, this is great. This is a great situation for the Dogs. Ole Miss starting out on their 2, but first play they get 9 yards from Lacey. Get some breathing room. And then Lacey with another long run. Missed tackles. That was the story of the game. Missed tackles on defense for Georgia. And then we saw a swing pass at the line. Dogs got some pressure, but again, missing tackles, allow for a pass for first down. And it's looking like Ole Miss about to go 98 yards. Ole Miss starts getting some chunk plays. And then finally, the defense bows up. Quintavious Johnson gets a batted pass and to get it to a second and 10. And then Dalen Everett, big game Dalen Everett, gets a big stop on to force a third and long. And then Chambliss makes a dangerous throw, almost picked off by Everett. And we get it to fourth down. And the Ole Miss's kicker, this dude, he killed it tonight. He set a record and broke his own record for longest field goal in Sugar Bowl history, 55 yards. Ole Miss goes up 3. Dogs get the ball back. Not really liking what I'm seeing so far. We get another short screen to Branch. Get a nice run by Frazier, gets 8 yards on it. And then Gunner's pass gets batted down. Another punt. Offense looks terrible. Gunner had a lot of passes batted down tonight. That was a common theme. Yeah, Chambliss was too much. So Ole Miss gets the ball back. Again, they're just getting chunk plays. They're moving up and down the field. Defense is playing terrible. But Ellis Robinson steps up, makes a great coverage play. Quintavious Johnson gets another batted pass, force another field goal. 56-yarder this time. Ole Miss goes up 6-0. And at this point, you're thinking, okay, good. Defense is playing bend, don't break, making some progress, holding them to field goals. If we can hold them to field goals, we have a chance. That takes us to the second quarter. Dogs starting out, get a big run by Frazier, 13 yards. And I'm thinking, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Because passing game ain't it right now. But then as soon as I think that, welcome back Colby Young. Great damn throw by Gunner and an even better catch by Colby Young. Get a first down. Great running by Frazier on this drive. He was killing it. He had a really amazing game. Just pull up his stats real quick. He actually ended up only having 73 yards. I thought he would had more than that, but guess it was not meant to be. But he was killing it on this drive. And I don't know this next play if it was just a amazing play call or just a great decision by Gunner, but he looked for a pass in the flat and made Ole Miss think that he was going to roll out and throw it. And as soon as everybody bit, he pulled it down and took off, ran straight for the end zone for a touchdown. That was awesome play. Dogs go up 7-6. And the Ole Miss takes over, and we find out that Raylan Wilson got hurt and had to go to the locker room. He ended up coming back later, which was good. But again, missed tackles on third down, third and short for a first down. And then Chambliss with a perfect throw for a huge 39-yard gain. And it was an absolute dime. I mean, Everett got beat, but he wasn't that bad of coverage. and the throw was just perfect. It was put where only his receiver would get it. I mean, he dropped it in the bucket. And then next play, we get a face mask. After that, defense starts looking like crap again. And then touchdown pass to tight end. Ole Miss goes for 2. Bold strategy, and they didn't get it. So Ole Miss is up 12-7. Just terrible play by the defense. Dogs get the ball back, and not a good start. But then on 3rd and 5, we run the ball with Cash Jones. You know, the guy that everybody says shouldn't be getting the ball ever. And he gets a first down. Actually makes a really great run. And I'm thinking, wow, that never works. But it did this time. But after that, Ole Miss's defense starts stepping up. Gunner takes a dumbass sack, and he should and could have thrown it away. He rolled out and just held on to it, didn't get rid of it. It was annoying. But then Branch, as he's done all season, saves the day on a quick pass, makes a one-man miss, and then gets a huge run after catch for first down. Just absolutely saved the drive. And then Frazier follows that up with another huge run after a quick swing pass, or on a quick swing pass. And then we gave it to McCray. Why? Why? And then finally, Gunner throws it over the middle to Taylor. And I was really happy to see him take a shot there. Was not a very good throw, but glad to see him taking a shot there. So 3rd and long, Gunner makes some great moves and was absolutely leveled on this play. But he got the ball, swung out to Cash Jones, who gets a first down, huge first down, all the way down to the goal line. And Gunner pops right back up. They line up, do a tush push. Gunner for the touchdown. Gunner is the toughest quarterback in football. Hands down. Dogs up 14-12. Ole Miss gets the ball back. And at this point, you're thinking, all right, we're starting to turn a corner here. Starting to get some momentum. And then on this drive, Ole Miss is driving, making some good plays, and then shout out to Street. He called it that this would happen. Lacey fumbles. It's caused by Elijah Griffin, picked up by big game Dalen Everett, who takes it to the house. Georgia's first defensive touchdown of the season. That was a wild stat to me, but also not shocking. So, yeah, big game Dalen Everett. I mean, Savage pass, gets the touchdown. Dogs up 21-12. Seems like, okay, this is about to get ugly. This is what we were expecting. Ole Miss, quick drive, drop pass on a bad throw. They punt. And then Dogs get the ball back and just have a bad series. 3 and out. Punt with 52 seconds left in the half. Thorson bombs at 54 yards. Great punt. Gonna miss that dude. And then we get that horrible targeting call on Ja'Cory Thomas. Clearly hit him with the shoulder pad. Can we talk about Matt Austin? What purpose does he serve? I mean, these officials giving their input on what they think the call should be or not, they're always wrong. And then whenever it just seems like they're always, I don't know, he's just annoying. I don't like him. But then absolutely horrible clock management by Ole Miss. Ole Miss was in field goal range, and then Daquan Wright caught a pass on 3rd down and ended up turning inbounds. And Ole Miss has no timeouts, so it's 4th down. They can't clock it. Clock runs out. Dogs catch a break. Dogs go in the half, leading 21-12, looking great, feeling good. Glad we got away with one right there. Dogs get the ball coming out second half. You're thinking, yeah, here we go. Let's do this. And another batted pass. And then design run on 3rd and 6 was terrible. 3 and out, punt, straight ass. Ole Miss, big gain on the first pass over Ellis Robinson. And then Ole Miss, after a few plays, ends up going for it on 4th and 1. This was huge. And the Dogs stuffed it. Defense bowed up. Turnover on downs. Georgia gets great field position at midfield. And then Ole Miss defense kind of bowed up at this point. There was some tough running. Gunner tripped over Micah Morris, and Micah Morris tripped over Gunner. And that got Nathan Frazier just drilled. So first 2 plays got absolutely nothing. And then on 3rd and long, Gunner hits Young short of the first, but we got lucky, got a PI call, got the first down. Try to trick play with Bell, and he throws it out of bounds. And honestly, that was really, really smart on his part because there was nothing happening on that. And then Gunner couldn't connect with Bell on a pass. And then we try a 55-yard field goal ourselves and missed it. Came up short. That ended up being pretty huge. So Ole Miss opens up the drive with a 12-yard pass. Lacey with an 8-yard run. Lacey was an animal in this game too. And then nothing going on 2nd down, forces 3rd and short. And then dumb play call by Ole Miss. They did a jet sweep. They got snuffed out, forced a 4th down. It was literally almost the exact same play that Alabama ran earlier today in the Rose Bowl against Indiana on 4th down. It's like, why would you run a jet sweep when you got to get a yard? It was, yeah. Good for Georgia, though. Forced 4th down. But then Chambliss had all day to throw and gets a 36-yard completion. CJ Allen was common up the middle. I mean, full speed, and he got rocked. Running back stepped up and just planted him. And then after that, Lacey runs it in for a touchdown. Now it's 21-19 Dogs. Kirby looks absolutely pissed off because on that play, Dinkins was held really bad. No call, touchdown. But shouldn't have been down there in the first place. Dogs get the ball back. Bad play by Gunner, holding on to the ball too long. Just needs to throw it away or try to just do something with it. But then we get a good run by Bowens. Another batted pass. I don't know what was going on. So many batted passes. Maybe it was the fact that we were missing Drew Bobo. And that ended up being a huge hit for the offense today. And looks like we're going to get a 3 and out, except we run a fake punt and get the first. Rodan hits Lucky on a pass and keeps the drive alive. Seems like it's going to be a big spark for the offense. And then Gunner with the sprint left looked like he was going to run, but ended up throwing it to Young for a big gain. Great play by Gunner. That was backyard ball right there. But then next play, Gunner, he just can't get the ball out of his hands, and the Dogs have to settle for a field goal. Dogs go up 24-19. Ole Miss gets the ball back. Dinkins gets a nice tackle for a loss, and that takes us into the 4th quarter. And this is when Trinidad Chambliss starts channeling his inner Pat Mahomes. He makes some of the most incredible scrambles to get out of sacks and turns them into pass completions. So the first one, he had rolled out, looked like he was going to be dead to rights, and ends up just flipping it to the receiver, running back, whoever it was, I can't remember who it was, and gets first down. And then right after that, Chambliss makes a crazy scramble. I mean, like runs backwards, does a figure eight, maybe a cartwheel, back handspring, I don't know. And then he hits Lacey, and Bolden actually came up. Like Lacey made it was a really, really good gain. They ended up getting a first down. Bolden comes up with a huge hit, but he couldn't wrap up and ended up getting hurt. And because he couldn't wrap up, Ole Miss gets the first down. And the Dogs just can't get to Chambliss. The pass rush just stopped working. And he makes another 44-yard pass. And soon after that, Lacey gets another rushing touchdown. And Ole Miss takes the lead, 28-24. Dogs defense back to playing like ass. Yes, Trinidad Chambliss better than Saxby Chambliss all day. Okay, the Dogs get the ball back. Gunner makes a hell of a run to avoid a sack. Gets 5. Next run by Frazier gets stuff. Gunner pulls the ball down again, comes up short of the first. 4th down again. And then this is where it got weird. So Dogs line up. Looks like they're going to go for it. And they end up snapping the ball. Gunner gets it, gets sacked. Like someone came off the edge, completely unblocked, and just destroyed him. And apparently it was because the center Tolliver snapped it when he wasn't supposed to. So again, no Drew Bobo. Huge factor in the game. Ole Miss gets the ball back right there. Very short field position. Immediately scores a touchdown. Goes up 34-24. And at that point, you just as a Georgia fan, you're thinking this game's over. But there's still a good amount of time on the clock. So we've been here before, been in worse situations. And Dogs get the ball back. Took a shot on the first play. Ended up getting a PI call out of it, which was great. This was actually a really good drive. And then Gunner hit Frazier for a good gain. Frazier had another nice run. Then Gunner overshot Young over the middle. But I was really glad to see him take a shot there. And then he hit Sokovie White Helton over deep middle for 20 yards. And then follows that up with an excellent pass to Branch. I mean, just a perfect throw and an even better catch by Branch. He caught, he was falling down, and just a beautiful play. Great throw, amazing catch. Gunner was absolutely great on this drive. Ole Miss still leads 34-31. Ole Miss gets the ball back. Dogs get away with a face mask. Got away with one there. Calling a makeup call for the targeting. Yeah. And then we bat down another pass. Jonah bats it down, forces the punt, and Dogs get the ball back. And Frazier's just having a great game at this point. Gets 12-yard run, and then next play gets hurt on 2nd down. Ends up coming out of the game. He's done for the night. We put McCray in. And we call a dumbass run on 3rd and long, trying to break it out wide with your slowest running back. What the hell even was that? And then next play, Gunner throws it behind the line to Cash Jones for absolutely nothing. It was stupid, just absolutely stupid. Had guys downfield wide open. But then next play, Gunner totally redeems himself. With Gunner Stockton, it's like Dumb and Dumber. It's like, just when I think you can't be any, you totally redeem yourself. Hits Branch on 4th down, gets the first down. Just a great play. And then we get called for holding. And yes, it was holding, but I think it was a ticky-tack call. It looked more like a pancake to me, but whatever. Next pass gets batted down. Again, another batted pass by Gunner. Now it's 2nd and 20. We get an 11-yard pickup by Branch, doing Branch things, just dumping it out to him. He's been doing it all year. The guy is electric. Please come back for one more season. One more, please. Then Gunner tries to go deep for Lucky. I said it was a hold. But Gunner tries to go deep for Lucky, ends up drawing a pass interference, which is great. Holding on the defense. The next play on the pass to Young probably would have been a touchdown if it hadn't been a hold. And honestly, that might be the play of the game. Real talk, like that might be the play of the game, that pass interference call, because that saved a touchdown. And then you think, okay, Georgia's got plenty of chances. It's goal to go. Then Gunner runs it down to the 3. Looks like Georgia's on the doorstep, getting ready to score. Ole Miss, next play, brings the house, gets a tackle for loss on Bowens, loss of 3. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 6. And we throw a shit pass, incomplete. Field goal. Ties at 34 all. So at least we got that. We got a chance to take it in overtime. Then kick it off to Ole Miss. Starts out good. Zion Branch absolutely blasts their receiver Lee to break up the pass. Would have been a huge gain. But then Ole Miss with a huge pass over DeMello Jones to get to the Georgia 30. Field goal for the win. Actually, field goal for the lead, I should say. They put Ole Miss up 37-34. There's 6 seconds left. They kick off, and then Roland brings the kickoff out and then throws it to the side. I know he's trying to throw it at someone, but the ball ends up rolling out of bounds for a safety. And that's how we ended up with the score being 39-34 Ole Miss. So just a disappointing game for Georgia, but still a pretty amazing season, truth be told. This is a very young team. You look at next year, future's bright. You've got just about everybody coming back on the offensive line. Well, at least, looking at the freshmen, you got 3 true freshmen on the line right now. So who knows? Maybe we can talk Freeling and Ernest Green into coming back. I think we get Drew Bobo back. I don't think he's a senior. So offensive line looks good. Tight end room looks good. We will be losing Delp, which sucks, but we got some dudes at tight end. Running back room looks solid. Really hope we're able to get Branch to come back. That would be a huge, huge, huge pickup if we can do that. Oh, don't say it. I don't want Branch to go to the league. Branch needs to come back. He ain't going first round. He needs to come back. Come back one more year, get in the first round. But I'm sure Georgia will do some damage in the portal, just like it did last year. Defense next year looks very promising. All these young guys that grew up over this season didn't have a great game this game, but you know, they made huge strides from where they were at the beginning of the season to where they were at the end of the season. This game notwithstanding. So who knows? Maybe next year is going to be Georgia Notre Dame for the Natty. What do you think? Two pissed off teams. Or Indiana's just going to roll and kill everybody because Signetti, all he does is win. I don't know. I don't know. Georgia's got some things to work out, but proud of the Dogs for the season. Pissed off at how the Dogs lost, but at least we were there in the dance, had a chance, blew it. Well, this will be my last post game show, obviously, for this season. But we'll be back tomorrow, or no, it's not Saturday. What am I talking about? We'll be back on Sunday to recap all the games, talk about the next round, the quarterfinals, the Final Four, if you will, and it's been fun. I've really enjoyed doing these post game shows. Some of them been great, some of them been terrible. Been a lot of fun. Thanks for everybody following along, watching, especially Roll Tide Willie 69. But it's good. It's good. I can rest easy tonight. We still got a good football team down here in Georgia. Don't let anybody fool you. We can get our ass kicked today. So till next year, how about them fucking Dogs?